Aloha, everybody, and welcome back to part 7 of The Bouncer.
Now's not the time to get all emotional, Sion.
We have to stop this Gallios thing.
Fuck you, asshole. I was hoping it was Ed 209.
Stay on your toes, Sion.
I'm in no mood to be merciful right now.
Let's go, Sion.
Oh no, watch out, Sion. It's just 3 more of the mechs that you've been beating up in part 6. Well, now we have a black one known as LDX1. I'm not sure if it's actually better than the orange ones. I'm going to assume it's stronger. I'm going to assume it has more health. But I could barely tell whenever I replay the bouncers, so yeah. Like before, they still get stunned whenever you hit them, so you might want to do some quicker, long-reaching attacks, because that way you'll just be able to stun lock it and whack it and whack it and whack it and whack it, and there's nothing it can do, because you can block everything it does. Also, you could still do the Trinity Rush to robots. No, really. Let's do it right now.
You're going down!
We can't break his neck, so we're gonna have to, like, crunch his circuits. Yeah, that's what we did. That's what we did. And again, all 3 characters have their own unique Trinity Rush animations. They all work for those robots, and, yeah, that's hilarious. I love that no matter what enemy it is, aside from, like, Dauragon, the final boss, you could do a Trinity Rush.
No way am I going to lose anyone else.
The Gallios. We have to stop it before it takes off.
A giant shuttle? Are they planning to send this thing into orbit?
Congratulations! Who would have ever thought you'd make it this far?
Echidna!
Now that Mugetsu and PD4 are out of the picture, I shall become #1. Once I defeat all of you!
Holy boob jiggle!
Sorry, but we don't have time to play with you right now.
I've had enough of your mockery! You haven't changed at all! Ever since you became a special agent, you've been ordering me around. I'm not letting any of you get near the Gallios!
There's nothing you can do to stop us!
Hell hath no fury.
Fine. We'll settle the score right here, right now.
Alrighty, so now we got a refight with Echidna. This time she's backed up by 2 mechs who are big and bulky. The thing about boss fight encounters is that you actually don't need to kill every single target. You just have to defeat the main villain. Like, all we really have to do is target Echidna, and if we drain Echidna's health, then I guess the robots just deactivate. Or if we're fighting Mugetsu, then the Special Forces guys just fuck off. All you have to do is take out the boss character, and then the fight will end. So if you don't want to, if you're not really good at the bouncer, and you want to try and end it really quickly, you can try and go for Echidna, or at least lead her away from the robots, and just take her on by yourself. And then, hopefully you won't get beaten around like a ragdoll like I am. I never claimed to be an expert at the bouncer, but this game's pretty easy, so I don't really need to be an expert at the bouncer, so that's good. But Echidna's capoeira is very, very unpredictable, and sometimes you'll need to jump in whenever she does stuff. Again, whenever she's kicking low, doesn't matter. If you're holding the R1 button and your character is blocking his face, he'll still block the kicks on his legs. I don't know how that works, but that's how this game operates. Kaboom! Good night, Echidna. Take a nap, lady.
It's over, Echidna.
Damn you. It's not over yet. I can still fight.
You lost.
Then, kill me. I helped assassinate Dauragon's predecessor. And had you framed.
It's over.
I don't want to owe my life to you. You've always been like this, Volt. You always had to be better than me. I could never beat you.
Enough, Echidna. Leave Mikado. And lead a normal life.
And for the love of God, stop guarding that Master Emerald.
Wait. The Gallios is in the adjacent tower. Dominique is already on board with Dauragon.
What?
And now we cut to an FMV cutscene that is unnecessarily long. This is showing the launch of the Gallios. It's showing it flying into outer space and whatnot. But this FMV cutscene lasts for like 2 whole minutes, and it's like, Jesus. Again, you can skip cutscenes, and when you skip cutscenes, you'll always skip individual scenes, not like immediately cut to the next gameplay segment. So the good news is, whenever you replay the Bouncer, you can always skip this cutscene whenever you want, just because it goes on forever. And usually the FMV cutscenes don't really change depending on how you've been playing the game, so that's good. But you know, just Squaresoft wanting to show off their great technology, because in many ways I always feel like the Bouncer is kind of just like a tech demo, you know? We are very close to the end of the game. We are actually pretty close to the end. You may think, wow, this game's pretty short then. Yes, it is short. Even when I played the game back in 2001, when I played my newly mint condition PlayStation 2, I remember thinking like, wow, this game goes by really, really quickly. And it's like, I feel like the Bouncer was just to show off the kinds of cutscenes, motion capture, voice acting, and the kind of stuff that they could get away with the PlayStation 2. It always feels like this game was meant to be some kind of tech demo, just to show off what it's capable of, and that maybe they'd actually create a really complete, really full game with a potential Bouncer 2, you know? But unfortunately, Squaresoft never made a Bouncer 2. There is only one Bouncer video game. So, the further adventures of Sion did not happen. Not that this game ends on a major cliffhanger or anything, but still. This was always a game I felt needed a sequel. A game that could have had a better sequel anyway.
We're too late? So that's the Gallios.
It's bigger than I thought.
What's keeping her? We need help now!
Sorry to keep you waiting. For now, the best we can do is buy you some time. Use the air carrier to get on board the Gallios.
What's going on?
Looks like they're trying to slow down the Gallios.
Lucas, they knew about the launch?
Leanne wants the impossible. Well, as they say, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Okay, let's get going.
How?
With that.
You think we can catch it with that?
Let's go while those fighters are keeping it busy.
I just hope we make it before the boosters ignite.
You better hurry.
Volt! Don't you die on me. You owe me a rematch.
And by the way, all that stuff you just saw with Echidna, all that stuff that happened after her boss fight, she only has one line of dialogue if you play as Ko or Sion. She just tells you that the Gallios is taking off, and we never see her again, ever. Whereas, if you beat her with Volt, you get a lot more of her backstory. She actually explains that, like, Volt used to work for Mikado until she assassinated Dauragon and framed him for it. And you don't get any of that unless you fight her with Volt.
Where can I park this thing?
It's Mugetsu! I've been waiting for you! Now that I don't have to worry about Dauragon or the girl.
Who's gonna pilot this thing?
So, whoever you choose to pick here is going to pilot the shuttle and therefore will not be involved in the fight. So, don't pick the person you want to use, pick the pilot.
Okay, you guys deal with Mugetsu.
I can't wait to butcher all of you! Yeah, I'm not gonna be satisfied until I finish you off.
Any way you look at it, you're going to hell.
One last battle with Mugetsu, and he's got a new trick up his sleeve. He has a Psycho Crusher, just like M. Bison, so he likes to dive across the entire screen quite a bit, which again, you can still block with the R1 button, but you just gotta be careful, because it's sudden. The animation is just like, he goes from like 0 to 11 immediately. He's just standing there, and then otherwise, you can't do a Trinity Rush on Mugetsu, but it's close quarters. You could beat his ass. You got a buddy there. Whatevs.
No, it's not over. It's not over yet. I haven't...
Oh! God damn!
Another one of Dauragon's victims.
Incineration, huh? You'd better get used to it where you're going.
Now that leaves only Dauragon. Let us begin, Dominique. We will start with that accursed hospital.
Well, damn. So apparently Dominique the robot is completely necessary in order to activate the laser of the satellite, which Dauragon wants to use to destroy landmarks that have wronged him, such as the hospital that turned him and his sister away when they were kids. So Dauragon just murdered a lot of sick people, a lot of sick innocent children and shit. So that's kind of fucked up. And again, I don't know why Dominique is necessary for this satellite to fire lasers. I guess maybe because she has an infinite energy source, because Dominique will never, like, run out of energy or something? I don't know. I'm not really sure. But, anywho, come back for part 8, folks, because we're going to take the fight to Dauragon C. Mikado, the final boss of the game. He is the hardest enemy in the bouncer, and it's going to be one hell of a fight. But before we go, here is Ko's Trinity Rush for the robots we fought earlier.
Hey, come on! Ha!